Listen, there's that one thing that you don't like to eat when it comes to Thanksgiving. It happens in most people's houses, if not everyone.
Yeah. Like at my in-laws' house, that's where we're going this year. Deviled eggs. I don't get it. Deviled eggs to me, that's an Easter thing. I don't understand why they're always at Thanksgiving. I will not touch them, nor green bean casserole. Just
what?
Why? It's
Those
like
are both staples at a Thanksgiving.
Deviled, I get the green bean casserole.
Call them angel eggs, please.
Angel eggs.
Yeah, maybe there'll be different connotation for you for Thanksgiving.
No.
You have an angel egg instead of a devil egg. And then the green bean casserole, I mean, come on, get with it. It's okay. What you don't need is that cranberry sauce. Ugh.
You know, I don't get the cranberry sauce. Like, I want to, if somebody puts it on my plate, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine.
It just looks like a jello-y can sitting on a plate.
It does.
Right?
Like, I don't. And so I have a friend who only wants the cranberry sauce if it has the ridges from the can. They're not going to eat the homemade stuff.
Oh,
They're just if it just is that gelatinous thing.
That's the worst. At least for me. No judging. I never judge. But for me, you can have it. Put it in front of you. I mean, but here's Scott. Scott, is not picky. He'll eat anything.
You guys dissing the deviled eggs, the delicious green bean casserole with those crispy onions on top. Look, I can't have a Thanksgiving without the cranberry sauce, okay? In fact, I went to my in-laws for the first ever Thanksgiving many years ago. I found out they never eat cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, and they had to rush out and buy me a can of the cranberry sauce and put it out the last.
Look at that. See, that's love.
There's nothing I don't like.
That's love right there. That's genuine love to go
to
out
make sure
and sacrifice their own feelings about cranberry sauce so that you can have it.
But the thing is, Scott then ended up having to eat the entire can, and they just watched in horror.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Check this out. This is the open mic from the My HISRadio app. This just came in.
Green bean casserole. Yuck.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things he does not want to have at his Thanksgiving feast.
I am right there with you. I'm going to avoid that thing. So Jordan texted and said, I will avoid anything with potatoes.
What?
Yes.
Mashed potatoes? Gravy?
Mashed. Hash browns, it doesn't matter. If it has a potato in it, she doesn't go anywhere near it.
Okay. Well, here's another open mic that just came in through the My HISRadio app.
If there's one side dish that I avoid at all cost, it's cranberry sauce. And not just any cranberry sauce, the canned cranberry. Because I feel like anything that goes when you take it out of a can should be avoided at all cost. Happy Thanksgiving, family.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you. Agree with you 100% in that open mic for the My HISRadio app.
So Susan texted and said, this might come as a shock, but nobody in my family likes turkey. So they're not going to be serving turkey on Thanksgiving. Amanda said, because I do not like the deviled eggs or the green bean casserole at all. She said, my husband only eats the green bean casserole and the deviled eggs. So here's what I'm thinking. Our families need to get together next year.
So they can have all that, huh?
Yes.
That's it. But here's the thing. Scott eats everything. He doesn't diss any dish at a Thanksgiving meal.
It's all good. And if you don't like it, just add some more gravy to it.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
So the open mic just came in through the My HISRadio app. Quite a few when it comes to the side dish that you don't want to eat during Thanksgiving.
I'm going to pass on the chitlins. Tried it, didn't like it, but hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm right there with you. Ooh, chitlins. Okay, Brittany.
100% across the board.
I feel like that could be the case for sure.
Can I clarify?
Yeah.
Isn't it the inside stuff?
I think it's the intestines.
Okay, thank you. That's what I need to make sure.
If I'm not mistaken, yes. Brittany, though, girlfriend, what is happening here? She texted and said, here's what she avoids at Thanksgiving. Yams, sweet potatoes and sweet potato casserole. Girl, you just haven't had it made right.
Yeah, right? I
Yeah.
mean, okay, Scott makes this stuff. How do you make it, Scott?
Well, I eat this stuff a whole lot. My wife makes it, and we add the marshmallows on top. That's the kicker right there. You have to add the marshmallows on top of the casserole of the sweet potatoes.
Nope, you got to have streusel. Streusel, no marshmallows.
I've never had streusel on it.
Well, anyway.
Well, streusel is like a brown sugar, some nuts. You've got some butter in there, so it makes it a little crunchier.
No, don't ruin your sweet potato with that stuff.
It doesn't. It elevates it.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So I think one of the main dishes that shows up at a lot of parties where there's a dinner is the macaroni and cheese. The mac and cheese is a staple, right? Along with the green bean casserole. Just a big staple. Oh, that's Liz's favorite green bean casserole, as you can tell. So they're trying to come up with new flavors. And Kraft, who is like corner the market on macaroni and cheese, right? With that powdered stuff that you put in and mix all up. So they're trying to come up with new flavors. They're coming to you and me thinking, okay, maybe the public has new fancy flavors. So they've got this contest. You enter to win on the Kraft website, and then they're going to select 2 people with 2 different types of, flavors. So we'll see what comes out of that.
Yeah, and you can win some big money. But the thing I take away from it is you don't even have to come up with a recipe. You just need to submit whatever you think the flavor is. And so they're talking about things like chicken and waffles and New England clam chowder. That sounds so bad. That sounds
I like clam chowder.
So terrible.
I don't know if I would like it on a macaroni, but I do like clam chowder.
Sure, but not on a macaroni. You're right. Like little pieces of a clam stuck to the noodles.
Oh.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So maybe you have heard from your kids that they don't want to take part in youth sports anymore, whether they're playing baseball or soccer or whatever it is, that they're just like, I just don't enjoy it anymore. So this seems to be happening all across the country. And the reason that the kids are giving is they just don't enjoy it. But there was a group that did a little more research into it. And what they found is that a lot of the reasons that kids are quitting these sports is because of body image and some of the pressure that's coming from it could be coaches, it could be parents, but also it could just be what's in their own mind. But they don't think they'll live up to it, or their body type doesn't look like some of their peers. And so they're saying they don't enjoy it anymore, but it's because of the pressure.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea it would be body image, but I guess it makes sense because of what we see on screens now. I mean, I don't know how many reels that I'm seeing of people, and I think it's the algorithm that comes through my Instagram. I like seeing workouts and learning about new workouts, and so I see all the workouts. I mean, there's like this lady that's in her mid-60s that has abs of steel that look fake to me, and I'm like, what? I mean, I'm in my mid-50s. I look nothing like that.
Well, and if you're a child, you can't kind of say, okay, that she maybe doesn't have a full-time job and she can spend all of her time doing that. But also as a kid, bodies are just different. And maybe, you have what they used to call a late bloomer. And so your body hasn't developed as much as another child. And so it's a constant comparison. And so I think that's just a conversation, according to this group that, do a lot of research in pediatrics, are saying, have those conversations with your kids.
Yeah, I guess it's a good idea. Something tells me it's more than just body image, though. There's got to be some more factors that are in here that kids are like dropping off and not wanting to do the youth sports anymore. I mean, I drive by and I see some of the fields, and you're right, they're not as full as they used to be.
And it's sad.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
This is something that actually Scott subscribes to. This kind of skincare. It's quite amazing. So there's this whole new line that's coming out of skincare. I think you just might get into this because we're talking like bars of soap and body wash and oh my gosh, what else is there? Because there's a whole lot.
There's whipped body cream.
Yeah, that whipped body, which I don't know. Is that whipped cream? I don't know.
No, it's like a moisturizer, but it's whipped, so it's lighter. But it's amazing.
There's a lip balm.
Yeah.
That goes along with it, and what do you call this? There's soap. There's bars of soap. So I think I got everything
Yeah, I
here.
think so. Yeah.
And the whole new line happens to be Nestle Toll House. You're going to smell like chocolate.
You're going to smell like chocolate and a little brown sugar. And so the lip balm is actually going to taste kind of like cookies as well.
Really?
So
Because
there you go.
there's butterscotch involved in this too.
Butterscotch and chocolate chip cookies? Maybe,
No.
maybe.
The aromas. There's the aromas. And
Oh, yeah.
soap and the hand creams and all that other stuff is going to be like cocoa and toasted brown sugar and rich butterscotch and
Well, vanilla.
vanilla. Yeah, which vanilla I get. The rest of it, I don't. This whole Nestle Toll House thing. But yet Scott said that he moisturizes with this stuff.
I'm a fan of the cookie line. So yeah, so you're telling me that if I eat the Nestle Toll House cookies, I'll get beautiful skin, right?
Not
Nice interpretation, but no.
That's what I thought this was about.
Keep telling yourself that, Scott.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Teachers are amazing. If you're a teacher, thank you for all you do. You're always thinking out of the box, trying to inspire the kids. Just like one teacher, Mrs. White, is amazing. Here's what she
I'm going to change my classroom into an airplane. I found a video on YouTube that they're going to watch to make us feel like we're in the air. They have passports, they have boarding passes, and of course we are flying Southwest Airlines.
That's nice.
It's very cool. So they were talking like in this little circle time, and one of the kids, she was asking about some things they wanted to do. And the one kid was like, I would love to be on an airplane. I've never flown anywhere before. And so that's what inspired her. Well, listen, Southwest found out about this, invited the kids and the teachers to actually sit in an airplane. They sat, they buckled up, they got snack service. Like all the things, the attendants even came on and went through the safety protocol, like did an actual mock flight. Then Southwest gave the teacher and all the administrators free round trip tickets anywhere they fly.
No way.
I
The
think that was pretty
teachers?
Yeah.
Everybody on faculty?
Yeah.
How nice is that?
Yeah. Now they're planning more trips, more mock trips.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It's surprising how many people actually camp on Thanksgiving and have their Thanksgiving feast on a campground or at a campground. It's so neat. One thing, if you're going to the Great Smoky Mountains, they have a burning ban right now. And so you can't make a wildfire, not a wildfire. Duh.
Duh.
Can't make a campfire. Can't make a wildfire. Where did that come from?
Smokey says no.
Yeah, that Bear Smokey says no to wildfires. Yeah. And campfires right now. So it's so dry right now in the Great Smoky Mountains that they're saying no campfires are allowed. So you got to think of that. But they did say that some of those cook stoves that have like the compressed gas canisters or the grills that have an on-off switch, they're allowed, but you have to be with them. I wouldn't think anybody would leave those anyway, but you have to be with them at all times when the thing's on. So you can still cook with those, just no campfires or wildfires.
Or wildfires. Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, as dry as it is, wind kicks up. Maybe you don't have your eyes on it. It's just best practice to say, for right now, let's not do this.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Thanksgiving, that's just a few days away. There are quite a few stores that said, we're going to be open to help you out. Now, you probably heard Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Whole Foods, some of those closed. But I was reading that there are some that are opened in case of an emergency.
Like?
Big Lots.
Oh.
I don't know why that would be an
I
emergency.
know. Do they carry turkeys?
But you have CVS that's open because you're going to need something from the drugstore, possibly. Dollar General is going to be open because you think about paper plates and cups and things like that could be last minute. There are some Whole Foods that will be open, but you've got to check like the one that's close to you and what their hours are actually going to be. And I read that Sprouts Farmers Market, because there's a few of those that are around in some areas, they're going to be open. I guess it depends on where you're going to be spending your Thanksgiving as well, because there's a few, not everybody, but a few people that are open and say, listen, you need us, you got us. Now, Big Lots makes sense too, because they could have paper plates and, the plasticware and things like that you probably, if you forget.
Right. And inevitably you're going to forget something, an ingredient for a recipe or whatever. But I just hate that there are people that are going to have to work on Thanksgiving. Some people, it doesn't bother them at all, but others, they're like, okay, so my family's getting together at 2:00, but I'm scheduled, to be at work at 2:00. And so it's kind of a hardship.
You see, and I don't mind in the morning. If I'm going to be a part of somebody's, morning to kick it off, I'm okay with that because we don't have the meal until after 1 or 2:00. It's something like that we don't have that in our family.
Yeah, we're doing like 1:00 this year. So kind of works in the schedule.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So I've been watching some Christmas shows, Christmas movies. I have not seen this season of the Santa Clauses. So that's, the movies with Tim Allen, the Santa Claus 1, 2, 3, and however many. They came out with a TV series last year, and I watched a couple of episodes, and I will be honest, got a little bored with it.
I'd say the same thing. I tried, and I think I stuck around for half an episode. I'm like, it's not the same as the movie.
It's not. It's not as grandiose. It's not as big as the movies. Well, this season, I'm going to have to check it out because in the second episode, and I think there's going to be 6 episodes, in the second episode, they do something pretty cool. So they're trying to teach Santa Claus about the origins of Christmas. And one of the elves says, what we know as Santa all began with St. Nicholas honoring the birth of Jesus. And so they're honoring Jesus in this episode. And I love that. You don't hear that very often, especially when it's connected to Santa Claus.
And the platform that it's on. So good on them for at least saying Jesus and associating the whole Christmas story around the birth of Christ.
And why we give gifts, because he gave us the ultimate gift.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It is quite the mystery. This one open mic that we clearly received from a child whose parent must have been listening to his radio, and then they tapped on the open mic feature on the My HISRadio app. Hi, it's Rob and Lizz in the morning. And we're trying to figure out what they're actually saying. I think it's Pink Puppy, but hold on. Here's how it starts.
No, I want to watch. I want to watch on the phone.
Okay, so clearly they picked up the phone, and then somehow they hit the open mic on the My HISRadio app, and this child wants to watch something on the phone.
Okay.
Wants to watch something on the phone.
I want to watch Poppy on the phone. Pink Poppy on the phone.
Now, there I'm thinking, I don't know what a pink poppy is, but at the end, I think clearly this child is saying on the My HISRadio app in the open mic, puppy. Listen.
I want Pink Poppy on the phone.
Right.
I'm thinking pink puppy now.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was like a grandpa kind of thing. But no, you might be right. It's a puppy. Okay, so Karen texted, and she said maybe the pink puppy is Paw Patrol because the 2.5-year-old in her family loves Paw Patrol. So, okay, that's great. Maybe it is.
There's a pink puppy on
I guess so. I've only seen it a couple of times.
So here's an open mic that just came in.
I'm pretty sure that the pink poppy reference is Poppy from the Trolls movie.
Oh, so there is a pink puppy. I haven't seen Trolls, so I don't know.
Oh, I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the new one that's out. So I didn't remember Poppy, though.
Here's the original open mic again. Right at the end, I'm thinking puppy.
I want Pink Poppy on the phone.
Pink puppy. I'm thinking. Here's another open mic that came in about this.
The child wants to watch Trolls, the movie, period. The main character's name is Poppy, and she's pink.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah, the child wants to watch Poppy.
Okay. One more open mic came in about this. Again, I'm thinking she's saying puppy.
I want Pink Poppy on the phone.
That's an open mic that came in. Here's one more open mic in response to that.
Blue's Clues has a pink puppy named Magenta. My 3-year-old granddaughter loves Blue's Clues and Magenta.
Okay. All are great answers. So one was Paw Patrol, you said?
Paw Patrol. And
then Trolls, because there is a pink poppy on a Paw Patrol. But I'm thinking puppy, and then it was Magenta, right?
Yeah.
Blue's Clues.
So I think, here's the deal. I think let her watch all 3. Just cover all the bases.
Well, I don't even know who this child is.
Well, Mama, Daddy, if you're listening.